Today is August 13th, 2024. Thank you for joining the channel here at Infinite Plane Society. I'm extending an open invitation to join the IPR Press Club, and those of you who are Press Pass carriers know all about this. The purpose to issuing these Press Passes, and this started back in 2020, was to give us the ability to document and reality test the claims of the media, specifically with regard to what was happening at the time. And it was deemed that media were essential and the rest of us were not. And I thought, well, aren't we media? Aren't we reporting? Aren't we making observations? And there's enough of us that we have, I think, a strong claim to this. And so I started issuing these press passes, which makes us unlockdownable. Whereas everyone else has to stay in their little home FEMA camps, we're able to wander around and find out if anybody's fibbing, which most of you know the story from there on out. In fact, this channel really picked up a lot of its membership in 2020 with the empty hospitals observations. So what we have here is a Discord server specifically for the discussion and the content building towards the various subjects that we're hyper-focused on, what we call IPR deep dives. There's a number of conspiracy theories we're actively debunking, as well as mainstream news claims we are actively debunking. But it requires more than just calling it out as fake and speaking amongst ourselves. I think our research and our findings need to be consolidated into documentaries, which we refer to here as the deep dives. Penguins, by the way, are the deepest diving of all birds. And I think that's relevant to our conversation here, because what the penguin has always represented has been the fringe, the outside, the bottom of the ball, or the perimeter of the plane, whatever it happens to be. And the deep dive is just another aspect of it. This is for those specifically who want to be involved at the meat-verse level, as opposed to merely remaining online and trying to compete with these armies, legions of anonymous trolls and bots. We need a real world presence. And unlike any other members of the media, we are accountable to facts. We're not relying on the screen as a source. And that's what alt media does. They treat the mainstream as a source and they bounce off that, or they add on to it. And we're going completely outside of that because we recognize what media is and how it's augmented by special effects, PR stunts, perception management, psyops, etc. So we are the world's only psyop-aware news network. And as I'm about to launch the tabloid, it's important that we have our foot soldiers in place. So if you're one of the 150 or so press pass carriers, I would ask that you just join the Discord server or get on the newsletter, which I'll put a link below as well. The newsletter is just going to be a Substack link, but the point of it is to keep us on the same sheet. We have a lot of subjects that we talk about. There's a wide array of topics in Gilded that we look at 24/7, but this is where we focus, and this is where we produce content representative of what we do here in the parallel media. So if you want to join the IPR Press Club, just click the link below. There's no additional fees. If you're a member, you're in. It's just a question of formalizing it and opening up the doors to deeper levels of involvement. And I think this is going to be a great period for the IPS. If you don't have a press pass, you can scan that code, or you can just go to Ko-Fi. Again, links will be below. And I'll be posting here daily with breakdowns of what we're working on, and I'll read your comments and suggestions. And then as more of us gather here, we'll start using the voice chat more often, specifically for, again, the various deep dive subjects that we are collaborating on. So thanks again for subscribing, and hopefully I'll see you in the chat, as we will be live here in about half an hour.